I ta ciągnę.
I know.
Yeah, no, I'm proud to be a champion, so happy to carry the weight of that, and I'm excited. It's a big fight, so I'm excited to get more eyes on the fight, but yeah, just enjoying it.
All right, boys. Now, I think Islam Makhachev is probably, right now, the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world because I feel like he can do everything. He can strike, he can...
Islam Makhachev is turning heads as he gears up for his welterweight debut at UFC 322. With Khabib by his side and a sharp new training focus, fans are calling this his most intense camp yet. Before that, Della Maddalena discussed how his recent fight had taught him a great deal about his stamina and mindset. He mentioned how tough the match was and how it pushed him to his limits. Jack explained that going through these 5 rounds gave him more belief in his ability to handle pressure and keep trying even in the hardest moments.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely learned that I'm able to stay in there in a tough fight, keep pushing for 5 rounds. Had a good camp, felt fit. I definitely felt I could get through the 5 rounds, but I guess you don't know until... I knew obviously in training I could get through the 5 rounds, but how are you going to go when the lights are on? Big fight, but got through, so definitely learned that yeah, I can push the pace for 5 rounds, no problem.
Continuing, Jack was asked for his opinion on Islam Makhachev's decision to move up to welterweight. He responded with respect and honesty, acknowledging how tough it must have been for Islam to keep making the lightweight limit. JDM shared his view that the move makes sense for Makhachev's body and career, but he also mentioned that the timing might not be ideal.
Yeah, I think it's good for him to move up. You know, I think obviously it was a big weight cut for him. He's obviously getting bigger, growing. I think it's a good move for him. I just think it's bad timing.
On the other hand, Islam Makhachev's training camp has been intense, with every drill designed to challenge his speed, timing, and technique. His partners and coaches must stay sharp, constantly adjusting to match his pace and precision. This high level of focus ensures that every session is effective, pushing both Islam and his team to adapt quickly and stay fully engaged throughout training.
I ta ciągnę.
In addition, former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker shared his thoughts on Islam Makhachev's move to welterweight, focusing on the big questions fans and fighters have. He highlighted the difficulty of Makhachev's previous weight cuts and how his strength and performance at lightweight could translate to a higher division. Whittaker also compared the situation to other fighters moving up, pointing out that timing, size, and adaptation will play a key role.
Maybe. It's, I guess that's the $1 million question. That's the question everybody's asking. And that's kind of the question, it's the same situation as Topuria as well. How good is Topuria? But what's he going to look like up weight division? Same with Islam. By all reports though, the weight cut was really hard for him, like really, really hard. He's super strong for that weight division, which, you know, must translate well to moving up, making it a little bit easy cut. Maybe he gets a little bigger. It's yeah, I'm very, yeah, that's the $1 million question. Everybody's asking the same thing.
Building on his earlier thoughts about Makhachev's move to welterweight, Robert addressed the uncertainties that come with changing divisions. He explained that it's always difficult to predict how a fighter will perform at a new weight, with many unknown factors involved. Whittaker then compared Islam's skills to other top fighters and shared his perspective on how the matchup could challenge Della Maddalena.
Definitely, but like I said, it is hard to try to get like an accurate gauge on what it's going to look like, not knowing how Islam is going to look when he moves up. Okay, it's always the question everybody asks when anybody is moving up a weight division or down a weight division. Okay, there's so many unknowns involved. But saying that, I think that Islam can do everything that Belal does, but way better. Okay, way better. So, and the fight, I thought Jack handedly had the fight, but it was a fight. Okay, so I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack, but I believe in Jack. I think he's got that X factor. He's got that hunger there. You know, he's got the ticker, and you know, just like with Belal, just like with Burns before, I think he can do the impossible.
Meanwhile, many experts have praised Islam Makhachev's skills and versatility as he prepares for his welterweight debut. Former flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson shared his perspective. highlighting Islam's complete skill set, including striking, grappling, and submissions. He also noted that moving up to 170 pounds will allow Islam to stay healthier and stronger, making him an even more dangerous and well-rounded fighter against JDM.
All right, boys. Now, I think Islam Makhachev is probably, right now, the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world because I feel like he can do everything. He can strike, he can kick, he can grapple, he can throw judo, he's got great submissions. He knows where he's good at, great training. And now he's going up to 170 where he's going to be healthy. He doesn't have to worry about the weight cut. And he doesn't have to worry about draining his body to make that weight cut. So I'm excited to see him at 170, but let's break down this fight to see some of the things that he can do very well.
Adding to the growing discussion about UFC 322, Michael Chandler shared his thoughts on the potential clash between Islam Makhachev and JDM. He focused on how their contrasting styles could shape the fight, noting the strengths and challenges each fighter brings. Chandler praised JDM's basics, noting how his precision and violence make him dangerous, while also emphasizing that Islam's skill and pressure will be a major factor in the contest. He said, Islam's a different breed. Strength or size won't be the problem, the key is JDM's striking versus Islam's wrestling pressure. JDM's a monster, basic but brilliant, and violent with the basics. I give JDM the slight nod.
How do you think Islam does next weekend?
Islam's a different breed, man. I don't think strength or size is going to be the problem. It's really going to be the dichotomy between JDM's great striking abilities and is his takedown defense enough to stop the onslaught of wrestling that Islam's going to bring. But I think JDM's a monster, man. He's pretty basic, but he is brilliant and violent with the basics. I give JDM the slight nod in that one.
Furthermore, former UFC champions Rampage Jackson and Luke Rockhold spoke about their experiences with Islam Makhachev, sharing insights into his training, wrestling, and striking. They reflected on his toughness and versatility, giving fans a closer look at what makes him such a dangerous and well-rounded fighter. Their stories also reveal how his skill and strength have impressed even elite-level opponents during sparring sessions.
Wrestling, man. Wrestling, grappling, striking. Islam always has
When
it all.
did you meet Islam?
I think I used him for like my Machida camp back in the day.
You flew him in from Dagestan?
No, he came with Habib.
He's a Dagestan nigga?
He's Dagestani.
That's Habib's crew.
Oh.
Yeah, no, but like I would actually like I could like spar a little bit with him. Like he would come in like my 4th to my 5th round.
Oh, no way.
And like I remember he threw me one time. I was like, what the fuck?
He judo tossed you?
Yeah.
With Shimada?
I was a middleweight, and he's But I got back up and got him back. But you know, he definitely surprised me. He's very tough everywhere.
Did he beat Volkanovski?
He did. He knocked him out.
He knocked him out?
Yeah, he knocked him out.
I thought he was a wrestler.
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Volk?
No.
Islam?
Islam.
Yeah, but he has striking.
No, they had 2 fights.
Oh.
He hit him with the head kick.
Was this in Anaheim?
Adding to the analysis of Islam Makhachev's welterweight debut, Alex Volkanovski shared his perspective on how the matchup with Della Maddalena could play out. He highlighted Islam's grappling, striking, and overall growth from previous fights, while also noting JDM's pressure and boxing skills. Volkanovski emphasized how both fighters' strengths make this an intriguing and highly competitive contest inside the octagon.
I mean, you can't doubt it. Look, he's a welterweight, and you've got Valau, who's a grappler, wrestler. Look how he handled that, and then you know he's a beast on the feet. And then he's early, and I guarantee you from that fight, his confidence in grappling and takedown defense has just gone to a whole nother level. So he's going to be an absolute nightmare. So it'll be good. I'm hoping to get some training with him for this one as well. But we'll tee something up for sure. But I mean, JDM, mate, he's a weapon. So I mean, I know that Islam's not taking this one lightly. So and he shouldn't.
Do you believe he might be able to stop Islam going up to this weight class?
Stop him now. I mean, JDM's boxing and pressure that he can do.
Additionally, Javier Mendes highlighted why Islam Makhachev is such a tough opponent. He explained that fighters often underestimate him, especially stand-up specialists, because Islam combines striking, wrestling, and timing in a way that challenges everyone. Mendes pointed out that stepping into the octagon with Islam is very different from watching him from the outside, and opponents must be ready for his complete skill set.
If he's saying that, I hope that he goes in believing that, because when he gets in there with Islam, you're going to find out a whole different story, because I'm sorry, they're completely different. And by no means is Islam an easy for anybody to understand that. Any MMA fighter that's a striker, that's not going to have an easy time with him.
Mendes continued by pointing out Islam's long-term development and dominance. He noted that even fighters with strong striking abilities struggle against Islam due to his precision, strength, and adaptability. Over the years, Islam has consistently proven himself in training and competition, showing that facing him is a completely different challenge than most expect. Preparation and respect for his skills are crucial.
I've been with this kid like going on 11 years of watching him just destroy everybody on the stand-up, guys that are much better stand-up than him, and he still destroys them. So no, don't go by what you see. When you get in there with that man, it's a whole different ballgame.
The next big fight in New York.
In the lead up to UFC 322, Islam Makhachev's training camp has been intense and highly focused. His team has been fine-tuning every aspect of his game, from striking and wrestling to conditioning and endurance. Observers note that each session pushes both Islam and his coaches to adapt quickly, ensuring he's fully prepared for the challenges of his welterweight debut. Reflecting on his recent preparation, Della Maddalena discussed how his past training and matchups helped him get ready for tougher opponents. He highlighted how grappling heavy partners in 5-round sessions gave him valuable experience in handling pressure and adapting to different styles. This foundation also made him aware of potential future challenges, including facing Islam Makhachev as he moves up to welterweight.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of thinking as well, like grappling heavy style, pressure, different style, but yeah, good warm-up for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, and training partner as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was perfect warm-up, 5 rounds against a grinding sort of wrestler.
Yeah. And were you thinking about Islam back then? Was it a thought in the back of your mind that he's moving up and this could be the next step?
A little bit, yeah. A lot of the talk before that fight was if I win, it'd be me and Islam. If Bilal won, they might do the Ilya-Islam fight. So yeah, it was definitely something that didn't want to look too far ahead, but that was sort of on the horizon, I thought.
Building on his earlier thoughts about potential matchups, Jack reflected on how Islam Makhachev presents a greater challenge than previous opponents. He discussed Islam's finishing ability and aggressive style, emphasizing that the fight will require careful preparation. JDM also highlighted the role of his grappling coach, Craig Jones, and how their focused training is helping him develop strategies to handle Islam's wrestling and submissions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really listen too much to what Bilal says, to be honest. But yeah, of course, Islam's a better finisher than Bilal. He's definitely more of a finisher, more finishes. I think in more of aggressive style. So definitely a harder fight, 100%.
And do you agree with the assessment that Craig Jones is like this Dagestani stopper in a way?
I mean, it hasn't worked for him yet, but hopefully this is the time it works. He's the man, he's obviously a genius in the grappling and he's helped me out a lot. And yeah, we've been working on some specific stuff, and I definitely feel we've got some tools to make it a tough fight for Islam. Grappling.
Following JDM's thoughts on grappling and preparation, Eugene Behrman added his perspective on Islam Makhachev's strengths. He explained that while Islam is a top-level wrestler and striker, there are moments where pressure can create openings. By forcing Islam to engage actively and not just rely on single strikes, gaps can appear, giving Jack the chance to test his skills against a complete fighter.
Okay, I mean, I was obviously backing Jack. Like Jack's, he's one of the boys from our neighborhood, so he's from outside of the world. And look, Islam, there's a blueprint for beating Islam. He's been knocked out before, and Volk's beaten him already. You know what I'm saying? People are going to come in the comments about that. But yeah, there's a bit of a blueprint out there. Look, if you can, obviously, it's a difficult thing to counter the wrestling, but Islam, you'll find holes. What you have to do with Islam is...
Behrman continued, noting that Islam's vulnerabilities show when he must throw combinations under constant pressure. He emphasized that Jack can exploit these situations with smart timing and focused strategy, even though Islam's team is very experienced. Understanding and applying pressure in the right moments could make the fight competitive and give Jack a real opportunity to challenge one of the division's most well-rounded athletes.
You have to get him. He's very good at throwing one shot. He can pick you off and throw one shot very well. You need to put Islam in a position where he has to fight to win the round, and that means he has to put 2 and 3 punches together. His vulnerabilities come when he has to fight with you and put 2 or 3 punches together. That's when the holes start appearing, and that's because you you know, like, yeah, you're a wrestler. Like at a high level, the holes start really appearing when there's a lot of pressure, and you have to put 2 or 3 punches together to hang with the other person. And that's where Jack will find the vulnerabilities, but they know that, bro. They're there.
As UFC 322 approaches, Islam Makhachev's welterweight debut is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated matchups of the year. His intense training combined with Khabib's guidance and a fully focused team shows just how serious he is about his transition. Experts highlight Islam's well-rounded skill set, while Della Maddalena's preparation and strategy promise a highly competitive fight. Fans can expect a clash of precision, pressure, and endurance, with both fighters ready to test each other's limits. Who do you think will have the edge when Islam Makhachev steps into the welterweight division? Will his skills and power carry him through, or can Della Maddalena find a way to challenge the new weight class? Comment below with your predictions.